Okay, so today is story time, and I'm very sure you people are ready for my story. So I wrote this story, which you know I'm going to be reading, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. So my story, it's actually about a billionaire romance love. Yeah. So the title is The Billionaire's Vow, an African romance story. So before I will kickstart this story, let me specially welcome everyone that is present here. If you're watching um, this live stream, or probably you're returning to come and watch this story of mine, you're welcome. Okay. So if you're in Nigeria, I'm very sure you guys are aware of the recent fights, going on with one billionaire and his young wife. So um, probably I should give a backstory so you would understand the billionaire and the wife that I'm talking about. So if you people know of a beautiful young Nigerian actress that got married at a very, very young age to a billionaire husband. And, everybody at some point were like, you are the best thing that ever happened to this man. You are living the life. You're so lucky. You're so beautiful. You married a billionaire. All of this to the extent that young girls would say, this is the kind of life that I pray for. This is the kind of marriage that I pray for, because to them, everything is working fine. Everything that is being shown on social media, it's so good, it's so beautiful. And obviously, this man in question is not just a billionaire, he is one of Nigeria's senator. So, they always put up or give us that feel like everything is beautiful. But then, for the past how many weeks now, there has been this back and forth fight, quarrel, disagreement. Everybody's giving basbos online. That's because the billionaire wife says she is not interested. She's not interested in the marriage again. She wants her freedom. And all of this is coming because, the man accused her of using drugs or taking drugs, and he wants her to go for rehabilitation. And she's like, I ain't going for no rehabilitation, blah, blah, blah. So every day we come on social media, there is always one story or the other. Now, the point of all of this is not every billionaire is happy. Yes, there is love. Yes, sometimes there is, fight, there is disagreement. But let's see if our story is going to take a different a different shape. So now, are you guys ready? If you're ready, please say I am ready. Use the comments. Comment on that and say I am ready for the story so that I can proceed. Okay, no comments yet. But anyway, let me move on. So this morning, I'm bringing you a spellbinding African billionaire romance story. A tale of power, ambition, betrayal, destiny, and a love that refuses to break. Now, you guys should just sit back, relax, drop a comment telling me where you are watching from, because I know my audience might be Africans or non-Africans, so just tell me where you are watching from. And you can get your popcorn and your drink for the billionaire's vow. Like I said, I wrote these and we're going to be reading from my pad. So now let me introduce the main characters of this story. So the main characters of this story is Ayo Okonkwo. That's the first character of this story, Ayo Okonkwo. So now who is Ayo? Now Ayo is a young African billionaire. He's a tech-driven founder of a global fintech empire. That's a big name. He's brilliant but emotionally guided. Now, rumored to be ruthless in business, recently returned to Lagos after years of abroad. When you go to abroad and you're back in Nigeria, people see you as, you're the man, you're the girl, you're this, you're that, because of how exposed they already believe that you are. Now, the next character of my story is Zara Mensah. Zara Mensah is a Ghanaian. So she's a Ghanaian-Nigerian fashion designer. She's talented, humble, unconnected, trying to save her struggling design studio. And also she believes in love. She believes in love, but life has taught her to be, to be careful. When you have a whole lot of experience or you've gone through certain experiences, definitely life will teach you to be very, very careful, because not everybody that will come to you would be nice. So especially when you're trying to get into a relationship, a love life, you would be careful. And that's the case of Zara Mensah. Now, another character of my story is now these are the two main characters. Yeah. So now let me talk about when they met. The moment they met at a charity fashion gala. Zara spews fabrics samples everywhere, iron nails to help her pick them, their eyes lock, a 5 second spark. That kind of story. Now let me go over this again. So imagine you're coming from a restaurant and no, let's use since this is Zara and she's into fashion and all. So Aya happens to be coming out from a fashion showroom, Zara spread her fabrics trying to showcase, okay, this is what I do. So these fabrics fell on the floor and Ayo runs to go pick up the fabrics. That African kind of story. You're picking up a fabrics and the other person is trying to help you out. And in the process, both of you are doing the same thing and you're like, okay, who's this? Who's this? I know, such a handsome man, and that's how this whole thing started. That's how they met. So now, but Aya walks away quietly. He does not do emotional stuff, but the person who is love struck now is Zara. Now, the two words collide. How did the two words collide? Let us get into that. Now, Ayo invests anonymously in Zara's struggling business. This is somebody that they just met through that experience of, and obviously he didn't show emotions. But we are meant to believe that he likes her. Okay? And if you know, a lot of times guys are not the emotional type. They would not show you how they feel about you. Ladies, they have this thing that gives them away. So they if they meet you for the very first time, you'd be, in fact, and probably you look good, you smell nice, they will definitely show that they like you. But you see, guys will cover it. They will pretend as if no. So now Ayo on his own part, after that meeting that they met, that first encounter, Ayo decided to start investing in Zara's struggling business. Now, so Ayo invests anonymously in Zara's struggling business. She doesn't know he's the one supporting her. That kind of love story. Somebody is bringing in money for your business and you don't know the person who is doing it. But, well, to you have won in life. You obviously need the money. Yeah, you need the money. So, yeah, you're going to use it. There are times that most people will not even ask questions like, okay, where is this money coming from? Who cares? The money is coming in, so let's use it for the business. So she doesn't know he's the one supporting her. Their paths cross again when she's hired to design his company's uniform. Now you see good things about to happen. So now their chemistry grows. Zara notices his loneliness behind Billionaire's image. This is me now trying to let you know that not all billionaires are happy billionaires. Some of them, they have their own problem. They have a couple of things that, it's going on with them, and they are probably just trying to struggle in life, trying to fix themselves. You might have all the money on earth, but then you might just find yourself being lonely, unhappy, uncared for, that kind of thing. So Zara notices his loneliness behind the billionaire's image. Ayo begins to smile again, something he hasn't done in years. So he hasn't done that in years, but Zara is in his life and he's beginning to smile. Probably at the thought of seeing Zara, every time he sees Zara, he feels this connection between them, and there is that natural happiness. There is that natural glow that, okay, I think I have found the one. I think this is the one. I think it is that kind of thing. So now, but Ayo keeps a secret. Every billionaire has a secret. And this secret, most of the time, if you're not careful, this secret can be deadly, they can be destructive, they can be one that if you get to know, you might just want to walk away from somebody's life, no matter how you say, oh, I like this person, but just because there is one kind of secret that will push you away, you would leave. So now, Ayo has a secret that he's keeping, and he fears that anyone who gets close to him becomes a target in the corporate wars surrounding his empire. Now, what is the secret that Ayo has that he's keeping away from this era? Now, our next part of focus is going to be the betrayal bruise. Introduces the antagonist. So I want to introduce the antagonist to you guys. We have Kemi Hassan. So who is Kemi Hassan? Kemi Hassan is Ayo's former business partner, powerful, manipulative, wants Ayo's empire, believes Zara is a weakness she can exploit. Now, she leaks a fake gossip story, billionaire Ayo dating a struggling designer for PR. That's the thing. Billionaires want to find love, but you would always have that one person in the corner that would want to destroy that love. Mind you, most of the time, you'd realize that the person who is, trying to destroy the relationship of or billionaire, or of somebody, whether the person is a billionaire or not, might be somebody that, let's say, has feelings for that person. So this might be the case of Ayo. So now he really releases an article of a billionaire, Ayo, dating a struggling designer for PR. Now Zara is embarrassed publicly. Her client's contract starts dropping. She thinks Ayo set her up for clout. Everybody would think like that because look at me. Who am I? And I am in contact with a billionaire. And ever since I came close to this billionaire, everything has been working for me. And now there is a release, a press release, or a statement, or a newspaper out saying that I am being used for PR. I'm a struggling fashion designer. Of course, how would I feel? I'm definitely gonna feel bad. And feeling bad now would come with people who came to me through this my billionaire man, on them getting to know about the story. Obviously they will see me as, oh, this one is not even part of us. They'll feel disconnected. If there's one thing I know in our world today, is most of the time billionaires prefer to patronize billionaires. They prefer to give businesses to people that they know, people that is doing well, people of their level. So then patronizing Ayo is more like, patronizing Zara because of Ayo is probably they feel like, okay, these two they are. So if Ayo is a billionaire, this one too is. So this is Ayo bringing Zara to his own level. And now there is this write-up about her. Contracts are now dropping. Zara is embarrassed publicly. Her client's contract starts dropping. Now she thinks Ayo set her up for clout. Their first major fight happens. Ayo tries to explain but fails to open up fully. This is the thing I say about relationship. No matter how difficult it is, if you claim you love somebody, if you claim you like somebody, the only thing you can do for that person is be open, communicate, because when you communicate there is an understanding. And if outsiders are coming, they're saying this, or news is flying here and there, because your partner knows who you actually are, because you have told him a couple of things or told her a couple of things that they are supposed to know, then there is no problem. But when you keep secrets, the relationship is bound to go however it will go. So now, I'll try to explain but fails to open fully, and they separated. And the separation was painful. Now the secret Ayo hides. I'm very sure you guys are like, okay, what is the secret? What is the secret? Now the secret Ayo hides. Now Ayo reveals the real truth. Someone once tried to kidnap his previous girlfriend for ransom. Since then, he vowed not to love again. That girlfriend, left him because he couldn't explain himself. Zara reminds him of what he lost. Now he fears if he lets Zara in, she would be in danger. Now he goes to Ghana to clear his mind. Zara focuses on rebuilding her business alone, with or without Ayo's help. I'm going to do it and I will do it right. So that's the case of Zara. I'm going to do it without this man that doesn't want to open up about himself to me. So if I don't know anything, how am I supposed to enjoy this relationship? So now Zara rises again. When there is a downfall, there is an upliftment. So now Zara begins her comeback, takes small tailoring jobs. Influencer wears her dress on TikTok. Her design suddenly goes viral. Now she gets booked for major fashion showcase in Johannesburg. Now global brands began to call because obviously she's not everywhere. People are getting to see her. She's pushing without the help of Ayo. So yeah, she realizes she can survive without Ayo, but she still loves him. That is what love does to you. Even when you're far apart, even when there is a misunderstanding somehow, somewhere, if that connection is there, you most definitely feel drawn to the person that you love, you feel for. So that's the case of Zara. Now the war for love began. Kemi tried to sabotage Zara's Johannesburg show by corrupting the shipment of her fabrics. That's very bad. Now, Ayo finds out that, okay, this is what Kemi is trying to do. And for somebody that loves somebody, obviously he will start to think, okay, what should I do at this point? What should I do? I need to protect Zara. I need her fashion show to go fine. So for the first time, he fight back, not for his company, but for love. So that thing that he couldn't do for his ex-girlfriend, he's doing it for Zara. That's to tell you that there is real love. Ugh. So now he flies to Johannesburg, brings Zara's new premium fabrics, fires anyone involved in the sabotage, publicly confronts Kemi live at the event. I'm very sure you can imagine how the story is going. This is him fighting for love, fighting for Zara, fighting for what their relationship stands for, fighting for how he feels. Now he tells Zara, I was scared to love you. This is a statement that comes, like, it happens a lot, you know, when people who have vowed not to fall in love because of past relationship. So I consider this set of people as broken-hearted people. So when they are broken-hearted, they tell themselves that, I'm not going to fall in love again. There is nothing like love. And the universe now sends them somebody worth loving. The universe now sends them a kind heart, a good person. And they're like, so there is actually love. Love still exists. So now he's now telling Zara that, I was scared to love you until I realized losing you hurts more than any danger. Now the billionaire vow. Zara's collection gets a standing ovation, camera flash, Ayo walks on stage, news in front of the world, gives her a sample gold ring, not a flashy billionaire diamond, right? Now he says, not show the world, but show you that I choose you. Not the power, not the noise, but the fear in you. Now Zara accepts. So tell me, do you like this kind of love story? The truth is, what I have just shared to you is just a typical, if you're in Nigeria, you know, okay, yeah, this is more like an African magic kind of relationship where a billionaire falls in love with a beautiful damsel that is struggling in her business. And this billionaire, you know, has feelings, you start having feelings. So in the long run, you then realize that, okay, we both like ourselves, but there are things that you're doing that you're not supposed to do. There are secrets that you have that I am not aware of. And I want to know the secrets. I want to know why you do the things that you do. And this billionaire is like, I cannot say it. I cannot because of all of the fears of because. So now because of love, he has to fight for what he believes in in the quest of loving, we then realize that there are people that, are trying to sabotage the relationship. They don't like the relationship, so they want to do everything and anything to scatter the relationship. So love always wins because Zara won, and Zara was able to win because Ayo was willing and ready to fight for the relationship. And now we have a beautiful relationship. So that's the end of our billionaire vow romance story of Ayo and Zara. So let me know in the comment what you think about my story sharing. Am I good in sharing stories? Did you enjoy the story? Is there a story that you want me to share on this platform? Is there something that you want me to talk about that you feel okay if you let me know? I'm going to talk about it. So let me know in the comments section. I think I'll be doing stories most of the time. Yeah, I'll be sharing some stories, probably real life stories, fake stories, imaginary stories, whatever stories. So if you recall, when I started by talking about a billionaire relationship that is currently trending here in Nigeria. So now if you make your comparison, you see that not all billionaires are actually living the life that you might think that they are living. Most of them are struggling, most of them don't have happiness, most of them go through a whole lot, especially when they get married, when they end up with their partner. Most of the time we've seen cases of violence, but when they come out, when they show us pictures, they show us videos, all we see is happiness. They are living the life, looking all good, looking all fly, and everybody is saying, I love their life, I want to be like them. But inside, there is this physical violence. And when the person who is being evaluated, decides to opt out, decide to, I'm not doing again, you're stressing me. There's a whole lot of that kind of thing. You will then realize that there is problem in paradise. There's problem in paradise because, this person is does not want the relationship again, but the one who is violent is still calling on. You have to be in this. You have to be in this because of I married you. You have to be in this because of I gave you everything that you want. I gave you everything you've ever wished for. That's bullying. So you shouldn't say because of you are married to a billionaire or you're enjoying one kind of wealth, you will not live yourself like that. Let anybody do to you whatever that they want to do. Let people fight for you. If you must date a billionaire, make sure that the billionaire that you are dating intentionally wants you, because the story of our Nigerian sweetheart is not of love, it is of uh my family wanted me to marry somebody from my village. I was pressured and I saw her and I married her, and I married her under 3 weeks. That is not love. And a lot of people, experience this. You cannot see, well, out of 100%, I won't want to say, I don't know how many percent to give to it, but I might tell, let's say it might be a 50-50 kind of situation that you might meet somebody under 20, under 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, and you already know, okay, I'm in love with this person and I want to marry this person. Well, it happens most of the time. But it's advisable, if you want to get married, you should know the person, long enough to know if you can spend the rest of your life with the person. So let us not get caught up in billionaires relationship that are not serving. But I wish for all of you, I wish for all of us to, get ourselves caught up with billionaires relationship that would work, not the one that will be faced with a lot of dramas, secrets, pain, disappointment, violence. So we've come to the end of today's live stream. This is supposed to be a 30 minute story sharing video, and I want to believe that you guys enjoyed my first time storytelling. So like I said, I'll be doing that often. Okay, I might even do another one today again, but then let's see how this one do. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.